So we're going to do a type of reading called Ernesto. Called choral reading. Okay. So I'm gonna be reading a line. I'm gonna pause, and then you guys will fill in the word that I pause on. Okay. So take a look at the first sentence. Everybody point to your first sentence. Okay. Carlos, eyes on your first sentence. Mo, on the first sentence. Brandon. Cindy, eyes on your first sentence. Okay? So I might say, my clothes have failed. What are you guys going to come in and say?
They failed.
You're going to come and say the next word, me. Okay? So let's practice.
Oh,
my
last word in the sentence.
Okay. Yeah, the whole class is going to say it really loud together. Cassandra, that's a check. Cassandra, check. My clothes have failed.
Me.
Okay, so how this works is I'm going to pause.
Me.
The whole class together is going to say the next word really loud. Okay? And then I'll start reading again. So let's practice the first two sentences. To do this, you need to follow along.
So when you're following along, you're engaged. You're also earning extra points. It's a pretty tight competition for the day.
Okay.
So far, we've got Brandon R., Giovanna, Ernesto, and Cassandra
All right.
in the lead. So let's bring it. Several of you have awesome points. Now's the chance to show us that you can not only stay engaged, but go above and beyond. So Miss Fastigi,
Okay.
listen. Miss Fastigi asked you to follow along with your finger and pencil. So we should see everyone sitting up and engaged with their finger on their handout. So I'm ready for points. As soon as I start to see people following along, I'm ready to hand out points. So I got Cindy. I got Cindy following along. I got Delasha following along.
Giovanna.
We got Giovanna following along.
Mo.
We got Mo following along.
Yes.
Okay. So let's practice again. Okay? So Brandon, when do you know when to yell out the word as a class? What am I going to do? Well, it's not always going to be the last word of the sentence, but how do you know? Okay. So let me re-explain. I'm going to be reading along. I'm going to pause. When I stop, you guys fill in the next word. Okay? So I might say, my clothes have failed, and then I'll say me. I remember the green coat that I wore in 5th and 6th grade when you either... Okay? So thank you, David. Thank you, Giovanna. I want to hear... Exactly. It's just like you did with Miss Griffin. So I want to hear everyone's voice. Okay? So one more time we're going to practice, and then we're going to read the story. My clothes have failed me. I remember the green coat. Okay, much better. Now we're going to read for real. We're going to read the first two paragraphs, and then we're going to come up with questions. Okay? So be thinking of questions you can ask. Ready? Here we go. My clothes have failed me. I remember the green coat that I wore in 5th and 6th grade when you either danced like a champ or pressed yourself against a greasy wall, bitter as a penny toward the happy couples. When I needed a new jacket and my mother asked me what kind I wanted, I described something like biker's wear, black leather and silver studs, with enough belts to hold down a small town. We were in the kitchen, steam on the windows from her cooking. She listened so long while stirring dinner that I thought she understood for sure the kind I wanted. The next day, when I got home from school, I discovered draped on my bed a jacket the color of day-old couch. I threw my books on the bed and approached the jacket slowly, as if it were a had to shake. I touched the vinyl sleeve, the collar, and peeked at the colored lining. Okay, we're gonna pause. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is you guys are gonna take a second to think about one literal and one interpretive question you can ask about this first paragraph. So as a review, I'm going to ask a volunteer to remind me what literal question means. Angel. So a literal question, Jesus, what did Angel say?
Can you repeat again?
Literal. Say it again.
Literal.
Text. Okay, in the text. So you can find it and point to it in the story. Okay? Interpretive question. Volunteer, what does that mean? We're on a roll, so let's keep going. What is an interpretive question?
Why did you wear that?
Why? Okay?
Positive point, David. Excellent job, kiddo.
Why or how? Okay? So, a larger question that might not be answered right here. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to write down questions, and then you're going to share them with a partner. So 2 minutes to come up with your 2 questions.
What kind of question?
One literal and one interpretive. Write it on your story.
Go work with our partners. You guys should rely on the person sitting next to you. Work together, right?
Okay.
A great understanding of this. You can work real hard. I think it's a good challenge for you to explain it to someone else. So sit down. That's your seat.
Okay, so you should be
Okay, you can switch. That's
writing
right.
your 2
Then we need to
questions.
catch up quickly. Brandon's
On the side
got a lot
of
of
the
good
story.
words. Now he's ready to help you also, right? So you can be caught up.
You already got your questions. If you're Miss Griffin's class, you might already have questions.
So one literal. What can you ask?
What does her jacket look like? Right? What does her jacket look like? Okay, so you guys come up with 2 together. Okay. So take a minute to write down your questions. Cool. Yeah, so you find them.
Actually, I need one of those.
Okay, 1 more minute. Come up, write down your 2 questions that we're going to share with the partners.
What does he want?
All right. So we should be writing our questions. 30 seconds left. Okay, so you guys have your 2 questions?
Right there.
Okay, so what's the little one? It's right there.
Question tape. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right there in the middle, same thing. Saying different words for the same thing, right? Think about the jacket. What does it say in this Okay, eyes up here in 3, 2, 1. Bringing it back in. Glacia. Waiting on one person. One person. Glacia. Look at my socks. All right. What we are now going to be doing is you guys had a chance to write down and think about some questions in the text. Okay? And now you're going to share with the partner next to you your literal and your interpretive question. Okay, hold on. Not yet, Brandon. Okay, so you're going to share your 2 questions with your partner, and then your partner will share their 2 questions. And then you guys can see if you agree if those are right.
Okay,
Those are all
Susan, Brandon,
answered.
we're still listening right now.
Okay? So Brandon G, what are we